Can you explain technology? Like, what's the product? How is it different from other
Yeah,
products?
so our
Similar?
product is very unique in how we first of all get our product, how we crack crack the main ingredient out of our the oils that we buy, and it's the amount of methyl ester that we put on the roof. The amount of methyl ester, which is actually doing the rejuvenating of the roof, we have 7 times more than anybody else. So the quality of the product is, in our opinion, obviously it's us, it is superior because of the amount of rejuvenating that it can do. We have outside testing of multiple different products that are in the industry. And a lot of these products, they burn off so quickly because they don't have enough of the product that does the rejuvenating. They just have oil on the roof. So those products burn off a lot quicker and don't keep the roof soft and malleable like it's supposed to be. Ours, from what we've been told by these outside testing labs, keeps it the longest. It keeps
Is
it
it
soft.
regulated yet? Asphalt shingles are regulated heavily, but is the rejuvenation regulated yet? You mentioned testing.
I wouldn't say regulated, so it's like the USDA will certify it as far as being bio-based products and stuff. So there's some regulation there, but no, I mean there's nothing like there's no.
Who does the
ASTM.
testing, for example?
We've had like Intertech is a big lab,
third
PRI
PRI.
is a big lab, and then we've also had Shingle Manufacturers that have gone through all their testing.
Why would Shingle Manufacturer test product that makes them look bad, essentially?
Yeah. So
That's a good question.
So we'll tell you this: we can't get too involved, but the shingle manufacturers are not. They don't hate the product. There are some that are actually looking at the product for themselves because they see where the industry is growing. They see an opportunity, and I can't really get much deeper than that. But
I mean,
we have.
as you've seen the asphalt industry, like there's good and bad here, right? So we don't have as much asphalt flux, so we don't have as much quality asphalt flux. So it's more of a polymer game now, right? So the manufacturers are trying to find the best polymers, the best stuff with that. So like, now that we have less flux and the flux keeps going up and shingle prices are up, like there's gonna be a bell curve to asphalt. And I think that they're looking at it as longevity to not have to go back and replace roofs with whatever synthetic comes later. I think the bell curve's probably 12 to 15 years out, but we're getting close to the peak of asphalt to where it's going to start to come down.
And I think what the shingle manufacturers are seeing is we have been approached by significant sales organizations. And when I mean sales organizations, there's gutter companies out there that are multi hundreds of millions of dollar companies they go in and they sell a product for a high dollar. They're selling gutters for $40, $45 a foot. They're looking at this product to bring it into their fold, which would take a lot of roofing away from the shingle manufacturers
And
roofers. So they want to kind of stop that bell curve.
How many competitors do you have? How many players are today in roof rejuvenation industry?
It's about 6, about a half a dozen.
Yeah, I mean, there's about a half a dozen. I mean, there's really 3 that are really good competitors, I would say, 2 or 3. There's, that's the problem with the roof rejuvenation industry is, like I said, it's not regulated. So measuring methyl ester in everybody's stuff for what the actual, product is that actually makes this work is very difficult to have that conversation. So it's an education lift.
Go Nano one of them?
Go Nano it's really a completely different science and different product. That product is more of a coating, where ours is more of a rejuvenator.
I see.
So it seals the roof. So it's a totally different science behind that. Companies like Roof Max, Greener Shingle, those are companies that are similar
almost
in
like
nature
coating.
to us. Yeah.
On the Go Nano side, I mean, I don't really know the product that well. I mean, our stuff is a penetration and saturation product. So when you think of it that way, right? So it fully penetrates, it fully saturates. And that's some of the testing that we've seen to where like Ty was talking about earlier, was ours stays in the product for 3.5 to 4 years before it starts to boil off. Where a lot of them, if they're using like a soy oil or something like that, it's not a methyl ester or some type of an ester, like it doesn't fully penetrate and saturate.
Can you explain to biggest skeptics out there what the product really do and what people actually need to be?
I'll give you a little story. So one of our dealers down in Florida, which Florida is for us is like the the tell-all because of the heat and because of how beat up those roofs get over time in much quicker fashion than it is up north here. One of our good buddies got into business, and his dad came to the first time we came down there,
Is
and
it
we sprayed
Jason Reisman?
It is, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, Eustace. So his dad gets on the roof, and he's like, "I can't believe my son got involved with this. This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. This is
great.
snake oil." And I turned and I said, "Hold on, say that again." And I started recording him, and he didn't say it again, but he's like, "This is
You
terrible."
still have that video?
Huh? I do. We have parts of that video. Yeah.
Can you send it to me?
Sure.
Yeah,
Please do.
You'll find it.
So then I said, "Come back in 2 weeks and then tell me what you think." Well, he went back the next day, and me and Jason were driving in the car, and his dad goes, "I'm in. This is amazing. The entire roof is sealed down. I've never seen anything like this in my entire life."
Yeah.
And now Jason's one of our largest dealers. He's killing it down there in Florida.